The May 10th, 2021 meeting of the Yarmouth Old Kings Highway Historical District Committee is about to convene. As a precautionary measure to reduce the spread of the coronavirus, this meeting will be held by remote participation. My name is Grace Rogers, and I'm the Office Administrator and will be serving as moderator for this virtual meeting. I'll now turn it over to the committee chair.
Thank you, Grace. My name is Richard Gegenwath, and I'm the chairman of the Old Kings Highway Historic District Committee for the town of Yarmouth. And I will take a roll call to see if we've got a quorum. Bob Wilkins,
I'm here.
Rosemary Nichols,
Here.
Paula Morrison,
Here.
John Stewart,
Here.
and myself, Richard Gegenwath. So we have a quorum. And before starting on our agenda, which is composed of 9 items with a certificate of appropriateness and 3 tabled items from our last meeting. And our moderator will now read off the methodology of running this meeting so that we're in compliance with Commonwealth of Massachusetts since COVID-19 came around. Grace, it's all yours.
Thank you, Richard. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order superseding certain provisions of the open meeting law, this meeting of the Yarmouth Old Kings Highway Historic District Committee is being conducted via remote participation. No in-person attendance will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access and participate in the proceedings as provided for in the order. Persons who would like to view this meeting while do so in progress can do so by joining this virtual meeting as an attendee, and the live feed will be posted on the Yarmouth YouTube channel later. You may also listen to the meeting by dialing into the number provided on the notice of meeting. Please be patient as we work to overcome any and all technological challenges within the virtual meeting. For all meetings, all audience participants enter the virtual meeting muted. Participants will be unmuted when called upon to speak by the chair or moderator. If you are not speaking, please mute yourself to avoid unnecessary background noise. Clearly state your name each and every time prior to speaking. Do not use speakerphone or Bluetooth devices when speaking. All votes must be roll call votes. After a motion is made and seconded, the chair will ask for a roll call vote. For applicants and presenters, applicants must use the raise hand button or press *9 on their phone to identify themselves to the chair. The moderator will unmute applicants when they are called upon to speak during their portion of the agenda. Applicants shall identify themselves by first and last name and affiliation. Applications or presentations provided by the applicant will be displayed by the moderator only if asked to do so. If it appears that the meeting cannot or should not proceed, then the moderator will recommend that the chair request to continue the hearing to a later date and time. Public comment. During the portions of the hearing designated for public comment, the chair will ask if anyone in the audience has any questions or comments related to the item being heard. Members of the public may request to speak by selecting the raise hand button or press *9 on their phone and waiting for the chair to call upon them to speak. Members of the public recognized by the chair are asked to identify themselves by first and last name and affiliation for the public record, and then provide their comment. I'm now handing the meeting back to the chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace. Before we begin, please be reminded that our committee's main purpose is to review items for appropriateness and setting, and it's the responsibility of the applicant to comply with the regulations of other town boards and departments, including building, conservation, engineering, health, zoning, and the sign inspector. You should also know that there is a 10 calendar day appeal period starting once a decision is filed with the town clerk. Any person aggrieved by our decision tonight can appeal to the Regional Commission of the Old Kings Highway. Our office administrator will be happy to answer any questions you have with respect to that process. So the first item on the agenda tonight is concerned with installing a 6-foot wooden fence with an end shape of 4 feet. That is a taper section going from 6 to 4. And this is at 16 Fortune Road. Evelyn Tillotson is the owner, and I guess she will represent herself at this meeting. Yes, okay. If you would be able to unmute her. Good.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
Hi. Good evening, committee members. My name is Evelyn Tillotson, and I want to thank you for considering my application. I'm requesting your approval to install a wooden fence at my residence at 16 Fortune Road. The fence location would be on the north property border. That's the garage side, and it would extend 40 feet. Last year, there was a wall of locust trees and undergrowth in this same area. However, the tall trees were hazardous in high winds, so they were removed. We've since planted several evergreen trees and shrubs in this area, and we left a space for the fence to pass through them along the property border. I hope to add flowering shrubs as well. Fence details, it's an unfinished white cedar fence, 6 feet high with an end slope to 4 feet. It would extend a total of 40 feet along the north border. It's constructed by Pro Fence in South Dennis.
good.
So that's the basics. I'm happy to provide any further details, and thank you for the opportunity to present.
I had one question, and that was with respect to how far forward it will be, or conversely, how far back will it be from the roadway?
Well, I'm flexible on that point. Are there limitations?
Well, it's a consideration mostly for viewing as you
Yeah.
come out of the driveway, so that it doesn't block your view.
Oh, yes, yes. No, it wouldn't go that far down. Actually, the town owns some of that property up the driveway.
Usually, yeah.
No, that was not, it was probably to the, looking at the picture on display there.
Yeah,
was
the
the third-
last one. Yeah.
Yes, would be the third shrub down
Oh, sure.
from the house. It would stop.
Yeah, that should be all right. Good.
Are there any abutters present?
No flags going up.
We have someone raising their hand. Sorry, I didn't unmute
Okay.
myself.
Adam,
Hello,
good evening.
how you doing? Adam Joy, 10 Fortune Road.
Right. So what do you think of this project?
I've been working closely with Evelyn on this project. There were a lot of trees that were growing in between our properties, where some were, kind of close to her house, and between the tornado last year or 2 years ago, it made me nervous having these other big trees there. So I ended up having Chase and Merchant come and remove all the trees from the property.
Yeah.
And what I'd love to see is this fence definitely go up, because she's a great neighbor, but going in and out of both of our houses, all we see is her, and vice versa. When she walks out of her house, all she sees is us. So that's why we're looking for that 6-foot fence stockade to go down, I think about maybe 2/3 of her driveway, and then it's going to drop down to the 4 foot.
Right. Good. Okay, so you're in favor.
Yes, definitely in favor.
Good.
And we would in the future, I know right now we want to push I think the 40 feet, but we might go a little bit backwards too, towards the back of our yards. So I might, if I can, I might extend that fence a little bit further so she has more coverage from the back of her yard as well.
Good. Well, when you get around to making it a definite thing, you can write up an application so we know what's going on.
Yep.
Good.
So
Okay.
the fence is the one with the arrow and it has a cap board and the rails have caps on them.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a
And the
2-inch
fence is on your property, correct, Evelyn? Because Adam speaks of it as though he
Well-
co-owns the fence.
I refer to it as our fence.
Okay.
So it will be on the property border. Um,
Good.
Well,
Sounds like-
Evelyn, if this is your idea, I'd make
Yeah.
sure it's on your property.
Yeah,
okey doke.
Mhm.
yeah, I think it would be good if it was on one side or the other of the property line.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Well, the only question comes if you extend it back, you know. If it's on the property line and you both agree to that this is the property line, then it should work.
As long as no one sells their house and somebody else, whose fence is this? So,
Guess we'll have that conversation.
yeah. I would,
I move-
I would urge making sure it's on your property line. If you're paying for the fence, it should be on your property.
I think the good news is, though, the fence you've chosen is the same on both sides. It's not like a stockade where you have to put the good side to the neighbor. This is the same on both sides, right?
No, there are 3 cross rails.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But this still
But
looks
they
good
are
on both sides.
flattened. They are flattened, so I think it's a nice fence.
And they face, the cross rails face your house, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so make sure the fence is at 2 inches on your side of the property
There
line.
you go.
There you go.
All
I'll
right,
move to approve.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Who, you seconded, who approved?
Rosemary,
Bob,
I
Bob
second.
seconded.
Rosemary, okay. So all those in favor, Rosemary Nichols,
Aye.
John Stewart,
Aye.
Paula Marson,
Aye.
Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
and myself, Richard Gegenwart, I approve as well. So you have good weather coming up. It looked like you had a stack of fencing there ready to go. So good luck with it all, Evelyn.
Thank you.
They can hear us.
Good. The next item on the agenda,
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, I've been zoomed out here. You guys disappeared.
what?
See you, fine, John.
We can see you.
I can't see you. It said disappeared and it said I'm a post attendee.
Can you hear us?
I
Yeah,
can't
obviously.
I can't see anything.
Good. Well, yeah, it's going to be a problem with when we display different drawings. And pictures.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
So can someone give me some direction?
Let me try to move you to an attendee and then reload you back in.
Okay,
We can see you fine.
all right.
Now we just have to unmute him.
Did it work, John? You're still muted.
Unmute. Okay,
Oh,
Good. Okay. So the next item is concerned with the sign. It's at 277 Main Street. The sign company is Simple Signs of Cape Cod. Charlie Brennan is the agent. And the homeowner is Phil Baxter, who we've seen a few times now. So the existing sign will come down and we'll have a new one, which we probably should be able to put up and show you what it is. Here we go. Chapter House. This is where the sign had been Compass Rose, which was a different shaped sign, put on the same post and holder. And it would be located in the same spot, as I understand it. I had a question relative to the name and the date. Is Phil on board tonight or?
I'm Charlie Brennan from Simple Signs, and I'm
Yeah.
representing the Chapter House. I'm from the sign company.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you know what the Chapter House is?
It's the same as a Compass Rose. It's a bed and breakfast, and they have a restaurant and bar inside. Well, lodging and spirits. There's a bar inside.
Right. But I'm wondering about the name. Like when I see Chapter House, I think of a building on the grounds of a monastery where they have their chapter meetings. And it says,
Yeah, we didn't have anything to do with the naming of it. Chapter House, I guess, is kind of like to me, it would mean like a book, somebody reading books.
well, it's true that this house was occupied at one time by a minister. And maybe it somehow relates to that. But it wasn't built in 1716. Our records show it more like 1780. And that's why there might be a chapter house someplace in the world that started serving and having lodgings in 1716, but it wasn't here. So I wonder why it has its name and why.
That I do not know. I would assume that the Chapter House, not that particular building, but the Chapter House was started in 1716, and
Where was
they have a name and they're moving it in there now.
Where was the chapter house, in Vermont or?
I don't have, I do not know, Richard. I don't know the particulars about the background of the name of the business. I'm here to
It used
get
to
an
be,
approval on
years
it.
ago, it was called the Old Colonial Inn.
I think
10
they,
years. Right? Bob, you remember that?
Well, yes, but my problem is having the since any date, because its incarnation as Chapter House is 2021. So the implication of saying Chapter House Lodging and Spirits since 17, whatever it is, I can't
Right.
see it,
It doesn't fit in.
it implies that it's been the Chapter House since 1716. So
Yeah.
I would just advocate for eliminating that line completely. I think you're
Sure.
entitled to call it anything you want. Chapter House, fine by me, notwithstanding the monastery implications, which I wouldn't have gotten. But I think the 1716 should be eliminated.
Sure, we can do that. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
okay.
That's easy.
Now, the color eggshell comes out very white on this picture. And I'm wondering if the eggshell is going to be more like like Rosemary's picture on this. Rosemary, do you mind being called eggshell white?
Well, gee, no, I guess not.
More
don't think you have a
porcelain.
choice.
Yeah, okay.
Charlie,
Yes, it's not gonna be white, it is gonna be an off-white, like an eggshell. Not quite as dark as Rosemary, I would say. She's got a nice little tango in there.
yeah,
But yeah, it won't be a bright white by no means. It'll be just a little bit of an off-white.
good, okay.
The accent on the lighting, it looks like it's carved into a panel. Is that carved in or is that?
Yes, it is a carved sign. It's double-sided. It's carved. It's going to be a matte finish. So it's not sitting there glossy. What you see there is just a computer mock-up, so it won't have that shine to it. It'll be a matte sheen to it.
Good.
What color is it going to be? That looks like maroon. Is it going to be maroon, black?
Yes, it's maroon and eggshell are off-white, like a light beige.
In the rendering that we're looking at on the screen, it looks like the pinstripe is maroon, as Paula said, and the lettering looks more brown, which I think 3 colors is nice. So it's fine by me. I just for clarification purposes, I was wondering, is it 2 or 3 colors that we're talking about?
It is 2 colors. It is 2
Okay.
colors. That's Photoshop from our graphic artist that didn't come through exactly as it should have.
Good, okay. So,
I'd like to just make a comment about the sign itself, and I probably have no business making this comment, but I don't think this sign does that building any justice.
yeah, it's very plain.
Well,
It's just, I mean, the Compass Rose was just a very nice sign.
Yeah,
Sure,
This-
absolutely was.
This is just very plain.
We designed a Compass Rose sign back when I forget the woman's name right now, but when they owned it, and it was perfect. It was great, and we spoke with Phil when he came to us for his new sign for after he purchased the building, and that's exactly what he wanted.
That's what he
Where-
wanted.
Yes, we
Okay.
gave him other options because we always give at least 3 options, if not more. And he wanted sleek and simple.
Yeah, I think he needs option 4, another one.
Uh,
I'm just
I-
kidding. That's just my opinion. It'll be fine, I'm sure.
Right.
I'd like to point out that on the Chapter House website, it goes into a bit of the history of the site itself, and saying that the original house was first built in 1716.
Where is the chapter house?
Well, it wasn't called the Chapter House at that time. It was called the original house. And it was owned by a doctor. And then it was converted to a hospital during the Revolutionary War. And there's quite an extensive history that's on the website for it.
At 277?
That's the implication.
Because I looked it up in our history of the historic houses in Yarmouth,
Mm-hmm.
and it was built in 1780. And it didn't have that history that you're talking about.
Yeah.
As I say, there probably is a place called the Chapter House, and I don't know what this address is.
well, now we have a new chapter house.
Right. So just one final nitpicking observation about the sign, which I think is fine, is since we're losing since 1716, we probably should respace the lodging and spirits line, bring it down a little bit. I would trust the sign company to be able to figure that out.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. I'll move to approve the application.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Rosemary Nichols,
Aye.
Paula Morrison,
Aye.
John Stewart,
Aye.
Bob Wilkins.
Just point of order, Mr. Chairman, should I have said move to approve as amended?
Yeah, probably with the date missing,
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
date eliminated.
right?
Okay, I'll vote aye.
Sure.
Okay. I'll abstain.
Great, guys. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Okay, Grace, excuse me, Grace, you guys are gone again.
Hmm.
Does this happen after I stop sharing the screen?
Yes. I believe so.
That's interesting.
It flashed down to the size of a postage stamp and then it disappeared.
On the top of your screen, do you have a menu bar? Sometimes it minimizes completely.
No. I'm in a generic Zoom, more than meetings, explore what's possible with Zoom.
I don't understand why that's happening. I'll just be sure to demote you and then promote you again.
Okay. Okay, hear me?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll move on to the third item. This is to replace 8 double hung windows at 35 Oak Glen Village. Cynthia Craig is the homeowner. Renewal by Anderson was the agent. Now, is there some change on this, Grace? Are we hearing this tonight?
No, it was only withdrawn because it was they're replacing exactly what's there.
Okay, so they withdrew it.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So we'll move on to the next item, which is another renewal by Anderson to replace 4 double hung windows at 36 Cranberry Lane. The homeowner there is Kathleen Lambert. Now, this house was built in 1955. And I say that because it's before Old Kings Highway came into existence. So we have Seth this evening.
How you doing? My name's Seth Grizzy. I'm with Renewal by Anderson. Thank you for having me today.
Great, thank you for coming.
No problem.
So, do you have any data? There we go. Yeah. Here we go. This is it. So this window marked 103.
Yes, the 104 and 102 are actually on the roof, and those are black and white. So unfortunately, you can't see the numbers, but it's that's 101 on the side, and then that bank of 3 on the front are the ones that are planned to get changed. Now, this back shot that you're seeing right now, we've done black on the 2 on the side, the one next to the door, and then that's a bathroom window on the right of the door. So we've already done phase 1 in black.
Okay, so it will be just continuation. The triple window in the front plus that one on the side.
Yep, the triple bank on the right and then the one on the side. So this is phase 2, and then phase 4 will continue along on the front of the house.
Good.
So she's kind of doing piecemeal a little bit. We're going a little bit at a time for her.
Sure. Good. Okay, so any other questions from our comrades?
So the triple array 103 is going to remain the same?
Correct. It's going to be 3 double hung windows in that triple bank there. And then the one on the side, which is unit 101, will also be a double hung window as well.
And these would be black.
Correct.
Okay. So do I hear a motion on this?
I'll move to approve.
John Stewart, second.
Very good. All those in favor? John Stewart,
Aye.
Paula Morrison,
Aye.
Rosemary Nichols,
Aye.
Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
and myself, Richard Gegenwath, aye. So you should be able to start soon. I usually suggest people wait 10 days because of the appeal period. So if the neighbor starts screaming, but since you've done some of the windows already, I doubt if that will happen.
Yes. Yeah, we wait until we order anything until we get approval from the Historical Society anyway. So we'll be okay.
Okay, you used to have this.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
All right. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for your approval. And again, thank you for having me tonight.
great.
Welcome.
You're welcome.
All right. Take care.
I know. Okay, now we have another one, renewal by Anderson, and Seth will be back for this, I suppose, to replace 15 windows at 14 Jared Lane. John Amir is the owner, and perhaps John will be here. Or Seth. Charles Berkowitz. He's another rep from Renewal.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, Charles.
Thank you so much for having us on. I just wanted to touch base on John Amir's. Everything is staying like for like.
Okay. Do we have any pictures of the house? Yep. Okay. So, yeah, all the grills are similar as well. So when you say like for like, you really mean it. That's good. Yep. Yeah, and the bow window creates, there you go. So it should look very nice when it's finished. It's definitely, the house has real Cape character. Great. So you guarantee it'll be warm next winter, right?
The homeowner is excited to get it done.
Any
I'm-
other-
Approve.
I'll second.
Okay. All those in favor? Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
John Stewart,
John's gone.
John's muted.
Or gone, one or the other.
yes, thumbs up.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Aye.
Paul Morrison
Aye.
and Rosemary Nichols.
Aye.
Myself, Richard Gegenwath, aye. So unanimous.
Oy.
So that should go good. The next item is concerned with a small barn. It's a very interesting barn. A church at 10 Perch Pond Way. And the homeowners are Jeffrey and Cynthia Smith I don't know if they're gonna build it themselves or what, but we'll soon find out. We have Jeffrey here.
Hey,
Hi, Jeffrey.
hi, good evening.
So this is a interesting looking barn. And we have lots of drawings about it, so we could show the elevations, there you go, isometric.
Yeah. It's actually a copy of the blacksmith shop that's next to Kelly's Chapel.
Right. So there's Perch Pond Way is on the left, and it's
Yeah.
set back.
Yes, yes. And the property next door is also my property.
Uh-huh.
You have an outbuilding now, correct?
If you want to call my tent, that
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Been there for probably 15 years. It's weathered hurricanes. It's pretty amazing that it's been able to last. But yeah, this is the replacement for the tent.
Okay, all right. It's deceptive from the street. Looks like a building. So,
Yeah, it's 30-year plus dream to be able to put that building in. I had it on the original plans that we did when we built our house in 1983, 84.
Well, good for you. That's great. I think
it's
that'll be
interesting how you dealt with
great-
the slope, with the topography.
Mhm.
That's an interesting fix, solution for the a not so easy topographical situation.
Right. Yes, thank you. The house, it actually was a copy of the half cape on that hard corner on Strawberry Lane, except the version we did has 6 different levels to it. So rather than flatten out the lot, we made it fit the slope of the hill.
Nice.
Thank you.
On, are those stained glass windows? You showed it on east elevation.
No, they're gonna be, with mullions, but not just double hung Anderson windows with the mullions.
No, on the east elevation.
Okay,
There are 6 little panels I see.
Oh, no, they're fixed. No, they're fixed. On the back side, yeah, those are fixed windows.
Sort of like little short transoms.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And the
Okay.
one on the
Oh, I
gable
see.
will crank out.
Okay,
It's like it's got the manufacturer's sticker on them.
that's what that is.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's like
Right.
6 stop signs.
Yes, right.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Good.
Very creative. I like it. I
Very
move to
nice.
approve.
Thank you, thank you.
John Stewart, second.
Okay, all those in favor? Paula Morrison,
Aye.
Rosemary Nichols,
Aye.
Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
John Stewart,
Aye.
myself, Richard Gegenwath, aye.
Wonderful. Thank you, committee.
You're welcome.
You're very
Good luck.
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
I'll have to take a swing over and check it out when it's done.
Yeah, no, You're very welcome to do that. Yes, of course.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Right.
Now, the next item is to convert the garage to living space, which will include removal of obviously the garage door and replacing it with a window, exterior doors, and siding at 85 Starbuck Lane. Andrew and Janet Goulet, they can probably pronounce it better than me. Goulet, right? So we'll wait till they come along. So we have to unmute him.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Yep, this is Andrew Garrelay, homeowner. My wife is also the homeowner, but is not present at the moment. We're just looking to expand. Our house is only 24 feet front to back, so we're looking to take advantage of the garage space and convert it to a living room and open the wall from the kitchen into that space. So really, it's about making the kitchen bigger. So, whoops.
That makes
There we go.
sense. Yeah.
So what you're looking at is the proposed floor plan. You can see kind of ghosted in is the existing floor plan of the kitchen, or you can see the wall between the kitchen and the garage. That wall will come down and will extend the counter into the little proposed peninsula. But what you're more interested, I think, is the exterior. On the front side of the house, of course, we have a 16-foot wide garage, 24 feet deep, 22 feet deep. And we'll remove the garage door, add a front door with a stoop, which will be stone with a bluestone top to match the landing at our main front door. And we're going to have a window to the right of that. Currently, we have two windows on the end wall of the garage. Those are going to be removed, mostly for furniture reasons. No offense to my neighbors. And on the back side of the house, currently there is a 30-inch door that swings inward. We're going to change that to an 8-foot slider, so I no longer have to remove my whole slider and if I get a new appliance.
Yeah.
That will also have a stone landing to match my rear steps of the current steps of the 6-foot slider that is on the existing kitchen. So we're not going to be adding any bedroom or anything here, but that's, I guess, the building department, not you guys.
Yeah. So you just park out front. That's
I'm
good.
sorry?
You just use the parking area out in front for your car.
Yes, yeah, we have, yeah, we'll still have room to park, yes.
Don't come in late at night and push the garage door opener.
My car's never been in the garage.
So you're used to it.
We've never put a car in the garage.
Good. So,
And are there any abutters present?
I'll check. Anybody would like to speak, please press *9 if you're on your phone or raise your hand. There's none.
so you indicated that you're going to call it a living room, but the fireplace is in the old living room.
Yeah, the old living room is going to become the new dining room. And we're going to get the kitchen table out of the kitchen because the kitchen is too small.
Yeah.
And my 150-pound dog doesn't make it any bigger. It's a comedy show in here when we're making dinner because we just go in a circle around the table because you just can't move in this. It's only 24 feet front to back, so it makes things very tight.
What brand is the dog?
She's a Polish Tatra sheepdog.
Wow.
If you looked at her, you'd say she looks similar to a Great Pyrenees or a white Labrador or white retriever on steroids.
Yeah. Terrific. Nice. Probably very friendly.
Not so much.
Oh.
She's protective.
It's always about the dogs, isn't it?
Yeah.
I move to approve.
I also have a garage I've never put a car in, so I can relate to that, and I'll second.
Okay, so all those in favor, Rosemary Nichols,
Aye.
Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
John Stewart,
Aye.
and I'm getting old, so shout,
Paula.
Paula.
Aye.
Okay, and Richard Gegenworth, I see my name up. Aye. Good, okay.
Thank you very much.
Here she is.
You're welcome.
Forgotten but not gone.
Good. Good, okay, that's gonna look nice. Next item is on Fortune Road. Number 20 Fortune Road. And it's to construct a mudroom and family room additions. And in doing that, we'll end up doing some re-siding and re-roofing to make it all weatherproof. And Diane Mostion is the owner, and W.D. Price is the agent. So maybe Mr. Price will be here.
If you're present for this application, can you please press *9 or raise your hand so that I can promote you to represent this application? I don't see any representation, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, in that case, we'll have to table it to the next meeting and see if we can get representation. Diane's not here either, huh?
I'll move to table.
Why don't you table it to the end of the meeting? If someone's having trouble getting on.
Right, okay, good idea. So we have a second on that.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Rosemary Nichols,
Aye.
Paula Larson,
Aye.
Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
and myself, Richard Gegenworth, and John Stewart.
Aye.
So we'll temporarily put that to the end of the meeting. That leads us to the next, which is 223 Route 6A. SMF Realty Trust is the owner, and this is to place a temporary mobile trailer on the property.
Good evening.
Arpad is here,
I am.
and Sheila
She's here as well.
is here too. Good, okay. So Whereabouts is this going to go and what would it look like?
Well, we sent over a picture. Right now it's black and silver. We're going to try to push it there it is. We're going to put it in the first 2 parking spaces past the front lawn, next to a stand of tall trees. We installed a dozen privet hedge this morning along 6A, and we'll probably install another dozen on Wednesday to block any view of it. It's probably 70 or 80 feet deep into the property.
Right. Good.
And we hope to keep it only for a 6-month period, and then it disappears again. But it's to alleviate running back and forth into the restaurant for the wait staff, which can put them in harm's way with incoming cars.
And then what happens next season?
Well, we could try to put something permanent out there that looks like the old blacksmith shop that we donated to the Historical Society about 20 years ago. We'll need something out there, but you know, I'm open to suggestions.
I'll show you one which we approved of this about 3 years ago at Kingsway.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can see it.
It's like a.
Is that like a like a gazebo?
Yeah, it's right now it's boarded up for the
Yeah.
winter. And it's got a little area so you could stand there and talk to the bartender and have a drink as well.
I like it.
It's servicing all the tables and, oops.
I'm not clear what that is, but I couldn't see it. You guys are too small. What was it? It looked, okay.
Here, can you see that?
Is that a trailer or? a
No,
building?
no, it's a permanent installation. It's a bar at Kingsway. So you see the golf club is in the back, the
Right.
golf course.
That's a permanent building.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's right
Okay.
back of the restaurant. So if it's not only that, but I don't know if you can, there you go. You can see it's really, it's made with pavers, which is similar to what Opera is doing. And they have a tent over theirs, but this is all in the back of the building and it's not visible from a public way at all.
Right.
And it works quite well.
How long would you estimate, Richard, it took to erect that structure?
What's that?
How long did it take to erect that structure at Kingsway?
The bar itself?
Well, the building, what you just showed us.
Oh,
The
that's just the tent.
The
That's
reason
just
I'm
the tent.
asking, go
That's
ahead.
Well, so this is outside dining in that grassy area is permanent now?
That's what we hope to do.
Okay, so this, we're doing this on a wish then. We don't know whether you're gonna have something or not, is it?
Oh, we intend to. We're building the hardscape, and that should be done in the next 6 days.
Well, I see the ramparts are up and the moats are being worked.
They are. They have been. They were filled with 3 truckloads of crushed stone.
So you don't have
today.
permits for this outside dining?
We do.
You have permits?
Yes, sir. Health department and building department.
Yeah, and I'll show you something else. If you've ever been to the Encore restaurant, which is by the Cape Cinema,
Yes, sir.
they have outdoor dining there, and they have a tent like Kingsway, and to shelter their dining from the parking lot, which services the cinema and the Cape Playhouse and all that, a lot of traffic. So just they put all these trees along the way.
Yeah,
Block it pretty good, and that's what you're
Yeah.
going to do with your
yes,
permit.
exactly. Nice. It's nice back cover, but we only want to do this as a service bar. We're not intending to give bar service to customers outside. That's all inside only. So this is just to help the wait staff.
Right, right. Yeah, the one at Kingsway, it's mostly for the wait staff also.
Oh,
to
okay.
Service the tables that are there. I never saw anyone actually walk up there and get a drink themselves.
Okay.
I've eaten there a couple of times in the summer.
Yeah, if you see the two cars in the parking lot,
Yeah,
if you turn them sideways, exactly, if you turn them sideways, they'd be flush up against the tree line, and they'd also be obstructed by the tree that's over there on the left on the lawn.
yeah.
Mhm.
So that's where the trailer will be?
Yes, sir. And then if I need to put anything else in front of it, we'll do it.
Yeah. Good.
So the trailer is not going to be where it's indicated on the,
No, the blue dot just is, it couldn't be more accurate. So that's why I'm just pointing to where the cars are, because that is further out of the line of sight from,
Right.
I see.
From 6A.
It runs
So-
parallel to the inn at Cape Cod as opposed to parallel to the lawn. So we wanted
Right.
to get it into as many of the cups of trees as we possibly could.
Good.
so it's really well camouflaged.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
if I could put words in the applicant's mouth, which I'm about to do, your preference would be, if time wasn't short, to build a permanent structure there that would be attractive, rather than
Yes,
the trailer that we have to hide.
exactly. We
Yeah.
would love to be able to do it, but
Necessity is the mother of invention.
That's right.
Too bad we didn't think of this earlier.
Well, we really didn't know how fast we were going to all get vaccinated. and
that's
how
true,
fast-
Rickard. We didn't, but we are vaccinated, and now we still have to worry about the anti-vaxxers. So we have to deal
Right.
with what we can for the time being.
I have to say, I'm very uncomfortable with this trailer idea. And I'm sympathetic to the kicking clock and the endeavors to hide it and all the rest. But we are talking on 6A. We're not talking Kingsway or even where Encore is, where it's set way, way back from 6A and can't possibly see it, even if it weren't extensively camouflaged. It makes me uncomfortable, I have to confess.
I wouldn't be in favor of of voting positively on a trailer either. I think you can come up with something that would be just a quick dash up that doesn't have to be too much of a foundation. A small building that size could go up pretty quickly.
Yeah, Pine Harbor thing or
Yeah,
something.
Pine Harbor shed.
But they need
and if
need
you want something
refrigeration,
more-
they need foundation, and most of all, you need a work crew.
And water.
You know what?
Yeah,
A work crew. You also need a water source. We need electric to it.
Right, and you have that in a trailer?
They do.
yeah, those trailers are made specifically for stuff like this, you know, and going to carnivals and whatever.
Yeah.
It's for one season, and then it's gone. We're willing to bear the expense of it, just to take it easy on the staff. I mean, we've got, 32 staff that count on this. And not to mention thousands of your neighbors.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot of pressure on this, but I'm not ready to bend to it. I really dislike the idea of a trailer in that location, really dislike it.
We can
Yeah,
paint it
sorry.
whatever color you like.
I'm sorry that that time is short, but that really isn't our fault.
That's true, but We didn't create the pandemic. We're just trying to
No,
work with it.
no, but it's none of it's anybody's fault. We're just trying to figure out something that's would be acceptable to our mission.
What is this letter?
I don't find this acceptable.
Well, what about doing it something like beige gray, so it looks like weathered shingles?
You can put lipstick on a pig, but it's not going to change the fact of what it is. It's a trailer. And looks like a trailer, it's, walks like a trailer, quacks like a trailer, it's a trailer.
And if we shingle it,
You have to, I mean, a facade.
yes.
You can, and I don't think that's what I'm talking about. If you put your trailer inside of a facade that can be tossed up. But then, you know, with
John, that's a good idea.
With the provision that this is not going to come back next year, you will put up a building. This is, I don't know how we can actually grant permission for this and then say, no, but you can only do it this year.
It works for us, John.
We don't have to.
We tried and tried and tried to find something that would be, you know, cedar shingled or something that looked like a cabin. I mean, we tried every time we went online, everything was sold, everything was sold. And it takes about 6 to 7 months to retrofit something to become a bar concession stand, if the word trailer is offensive. And what we're trying to do is survive this year. Last year, we barely did.
It's the trailer. It's not a word, it's a trailer. It is.
Well, I think though that we should take a look at how the trailer, or whatever we're going to call it, the service bar, is concealed from public view by the plantings that were done today, as well as the trees that are already there.
Yep.
And, you know, the pandemic has created a lot of really extenuating circumstances. And I agree that as a permanent installation, it's not the best fit.
You know, the application was to place the trailer for temporary from May through October.
Right.
We don't have to worry about next year at this time.
Right.
It just seems like sometimes we are just too stringent. This is a temporary thing at a beautiful place that did a beautiful job last summer with their outdoor thing. If they could what about if they put a fence up, a right angle fence that would hide it from the street for the 6 months they want to use it, with plantings in front of the fence?
No, okay. Well, hold on. Wait a second. I'd like to say something. The parking lot that's owned on the property that's owned by the business, by the applicants, is a public place as well, by definition. So if it can be seen from a public place, it can be seen from the parking lot, and that's a public place. So you really need, something would need to be enclosed entirely, maybe with a maybe a door with a baffle in it or something. I'm not going to agree to a trailer.
Fine, what a bunch of old
If I can hold on a second, please. There's a letter on the screen.
Yeah.
And it's a letter in favor of this project. I can't see the bottom of the letter. Can you move that up, Grace? Okay, so it's Leslie Whitney from 20 Bray Farm Road North. I have a friend who lives up there, like next door neighbor. And it's saying that I'm writing to you so that you may take this letter into consideration for discussion of the old Yarmouth Inn, quote, Summer Gardens during Monday, May 10th, 2021. She's lived in Yarmouth Port for 30 years and summered on Cape Cod since she was 9 months old, and has been going to the old Yarmouth Inn for a long time. She also is, where is it? Okay. She's loved Yarmouth Port and as an interior designer with LEED certification. I especially protective of the architecture, environmental resources, and I have a respect for history. And so she is very supportive of the project. She's looked at it from different angles and I think it's a good idea. So,
If I may address John's issue about it being a public way and the people that park in that lot wouldn't like, I can almost guarantee you that the patrons of this restaurant who love it would be willing to put up with a enclosed trailer for 6 months if they can have the
That's what I'm
public
saying.
area permanently next
That's
year.
what I'm saying. It's enclosed. If you can,
Yeah,
see around.
let's focus on the enclosure. Paula, you mentioned
Yeah.
that, and I think it's worth delving into that a little deeper. How tall is this trailer from the ground up?
9 feet.
Oh, that's a problem.
Foot fence.
But,
Okay, that's gonna be.
but we can, we can put up a facade.
You can put up walls and shingles that go around it. There's also a public way in behind that, the little bridge that goes out and back. It could be seen from, it's really,
No, you can't.
I'm not trying to hold this up. I'm trying to figure out how to do it here. Don't.
Well, you came up with the John. You came up with the recommendation, and I think it's a good recommendation, and I will pursue that. This is no small expense. We're talking about $25,000 being spent on this unit, and we'll spend the money to decorate it and make it look like it's not there.
yeah, I go down to West Dennis Beach a lot. I walk on the beach area. And as you're going there, there's a house, very busy street because everyone's going to the beach. And they put up a lattice, which is about 8, it could be 8 foot tall because it's not a historic area. But it's like an 8x8 lattice, just vertical and horizontal boards. And you could look through it, but you don't. It presents kind of a visual block.
Yeah.
It's very effective, and it still lets the air go through, the breeze blow through, and something like that.
And it wouldn't be horrifically expensive.
No,
Appreciate that.
It's painted white. It's all wood. And that would work.
Thank you.
So
It'd probably be the least expensive part of the project
Oh, yeah.
to do
Yes.
the lattice,
I love that idea.
Yeah,
That's a great idea. Thank you for the recommendation.
the lattice is like 8 inches by 8 inches or something.
You could put pots in front of it
Oh,
and
we
have
can-
climbing vines.
We can do climbing
Right,
vines. We can do all kinds of greenery all over it.
How fast do your vines grow?
If you take a
I
drive,
buy
down-
them ready grown.
Oh, right. Tell me where, please.
if you take a drive down to
Wacoit down in Falmouth.
Oh, right, yes. I go there regularly.
Okay, so we're getting somewhere. I think.
So, what do, I don't know about the lattice thing, but I'd like to see shingles and some kind of a roof that could be disassembled.
I don't think you need that.
Just walls?
Yeah, John, just take a drive over to the yacht club, West Dennis Yacht Club. And on that street, it's very effective.
I think the lattice could do it if it's going to have to be tall.
Is
And
there a color besides, if we were to do the lattice,
Yeah.
would you prefer another color besides black? I mean, would you want it to be
White or gray?
silver or white
White.
or gray? Because we can paint it any color.
Make it white, the same as the building, the
Yeah,
restaurant.
exactly, right.
okay, it could be,
For dark green.
it could be green. If you're going to have vegetation, if you're going to have things growing on it,
Yeah.
you could do green.
Green.
How many sides of the trailer are we going around all 4 sides, or can we
No,
live
3 sides,
three
No.
sides?
3 sides. Otherwise, you can't enclose it completely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like staff needs access.
So the access would be from the back, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, well, all you have to do is baffle it. All you have to have one door in and out.
Yeah.
And you won't be able to see it. If you baffle the rear, have a door on each end, or just an opening on each end,
Well,
right? You don't know.
I think this is getting close to micromanaging it.
could
Well, I
you
think that's our job.
picture of the trailer up,
Hey,
Grace?
Give us the chance to show what we can do.
yeah, come
All
up
right,
with.
so maybe you have Arpad, Sheila, you have a sense of where we're going with this, right?
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
So maybe the thing to do is table the application for the next meeting. You come up with the plan, with a drawing showing the enclosed trailer, and on the premise that this is going to be for 1 season only. I think the sense, if I can speak for the committee, which I really shouldn't be speaking for the committee, but what the hell, I'll throw myself out there. You're probably going to get it approved.
All right,
We appreciate that.
really appreciate it.
Okay, well, I have
We
one.
are not in
One more
possession of,
request. Could I have another request, please? If we could have photographs from 4 sides towards stakes or something where it's gonna be, so so we know where we're looking from.
Sure.
At it,
absolutely,
okay?
absolutely.
I'll see if I can't borrow something, from one of the local landscapers to put in the spot, so you'll know exactly kind of what it looks like.
Okay, well, yeah, if you stake it off or something, well, I mean, I live within walking distance.
When do you
Yeah.
expect to have it?
Well, it's got to ship in here from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma?
A trailer,
And we'll have it painted, so we weren't gonna pull we were hopeful, but we had put a deposit down, but we hadn't actually pulled the trigger until we had the meeting tonight. So
Good.
we will go ahead and do so on the prayer that we're gonna get this done, and we will make it so not a trailer, you won't even know it's a trailer.
That's good, Sheila. All right.
okay, so this is not gonna, everyone's agreeing that it's not coming back next year.
Correct.
Something else.
100%.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll
Great.
move to table the application.
wait.
Hold on, Grace.
Before a motion is made, there are abutters present.
Okay.
Ah,
Let's see.
Okay, someone's on the telephone.
The phone number ending in 5612, your hand was raised. You're allowed to speak if you unmute yourself.
Hello, my name's Jim McDowell. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
And I just want to say this is a community institution that a lot of people depend on, particularly during the summer months. And why make them delay? I think we're going to approve this. Why don't we just approve it now so it can be in place for Memorial Day?
Because
Where
the
are you,
trailer is
where are
here.
you abutting from?
I'm not Trillion a butter. I live in Yarmouthport.
So are you not even like within 3 houses of this place?
No,
It
I am
doesn't
not.
Have to be.
Okay, so much for butters.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
But listen, don't hang up, don't go away mad. Listen, I think your input is well worth listening to. I'm interested just to see how close somebody is that's making these observations. That was all.
Okay, I live by the Cranberry Bog off of Union Street.
Yeah, all right. If you're not next door, that's fine. I mean, but it's just always good to know where the abutters are coming from. So,
But,
but I think your point is well taken.
okay, thank you very much.
All right, love.
Any others?
So having said that,
Well, wait, we're gonna see. Grace, is there anyone else?
Other butters?
At the moment, it doesn't look like it.
Okay, I'll move to table the application pending a drawing and the requested photographs of the lattice that will enclose the trailer until the next meeting.
I'll second it.
Okay. All those in favor? Rosemary Nichols,
Aye.
I'm, oh,
Paula Morrison,
Aye.
John Stewart,
I'm not voting for lattice. I didn't think we were going that specific. We,
yeah, okay, we have a motion on the floor, which is
I'm
seconded.
gonna
and
abstain
approved.
then. I'm abstaining from this vote.
Perfect.
Okay, he's abstaining. Bob Wilkins
Aye.
and Richard Gagenwath, aye. So, good, we'll keep in touch on this. And hopefully in 2 weeks, we'll have a plan here. And maybe by then the trailer will be in the neighborhood. So,
Yes, we'll do our best.
Good.
great. So
We
we'll,
might, it might not be painted before you see it, but it'll be painted. It'll at least,
Before it's in service.
yeah, definitely.
There is one last idea, Bob. We can always get Diana Bragman Smith to paint the exterior.
Well, it's gonna be behind the lattice, so it won't, it's gonna be moot. No, you'll be able to see, you'll be able to poke, if you get up close to it, you'll be able to look through, but I think it'll be a sufficient screen from any distance.
Listen, if I can find a shed that'll cover it, we'll do it,
Yep.
John.
Yeah, that was our
Yeah, so
intent
it doesn't have to be
originally.
permanent this year. I'm not talking about building a shed around it this year. If you can just hide it with something that looks like a shed.
We'll do our best.
We'll do our best,
All right,
just
thanks.
like we've done for the last quarter century.
right.
have a lot
Thank
of-
you.
Thank
You
you
have a
all.
lot of allies and you deserve it, so good luck. Thanks
Thank
very
you.
much.
We'll
Thank
see you
you.
in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Good night, Sheila. Okay.
Good night.
Okay, so now we have tabled items from last time. And the first one, I understand, is going to be withdrawn, but I still have to take it off of the being tabled. So
Right.
do we have a motion for that?
I'll move to untable.
That's
Rosemary.
Rosemary, and all those in favor? Rosemary Nichols,
Aye.
Bob Wilkins, John Stewart,
Aye.
Paul Morrison. and
Aye.
So the item is Leslie Altman, who lives at 372 Route 6A, has had discussions with John and also with Fred Ecker. And they decided to fix up the windows on the front of the house. So I understand she was going to.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Yes.
So it wasn't John, it was me.
I'm
I
sorry.
and Fred, at her invitation, went over to look at the windows. The windows are actually in very good shape, which, as an aside, made me lament the loss of the windows that were replaced by Andersons in the back of the house. But since they were not visible from 6A, we allowed that. However, the windows on the front are highly visible. It's a historic house on 6A. And fortunately, the windows are in very good shape. So we had a consultation with the applicants, and they enthusiastically agreed to, with our guidance, to save the original windows on the front and have agreed to withdraw their application. So that's the full
Okay.
explanation.
So do I have a motion to withdraw allow them to withdraw the application?
I'll also move.
I'll
Okay,
second.
great. All those in favor? Rosemary Nichols,
Aye.
John Stewart,
Aye.
Paula Morrison,
Aye.
Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
and myself, Richard Gegenwath. So it is done. The next item is another sign. So we discussed this quite a bit at the last meeting. This is for 179 Route 6A. Helen Manning is the owner, and Mark Conserva with Metro Sign and Awning Company was going to see if they could make some changes to the sign that was proposed last time. So let's see what they've got. I assume they're coming in on telephone.
Hi, can you hear me? I'm here.
Good. It's Helen.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello. Yeah, there was a
Ellen,
lot-
we can hear you.
Oh, hi. Thank you for calling on me.
yeah, we had discussion
we're-
last time because there was a lot of verbiage on the sign, which is a small sign when you get right down to it. So what was the new proposal?
So this is the updated sign based on the proposal from the board, from the recommendations of the board last time. It is smaller and the copy is larger and the mounting is different.
Okay, do we have a picture of this?
Yeah, hold on one second. I did receive an update, but for whatever reason, it doesn't look as though it's moved over, so I need to access it again.
Page 6, proposed on the right.
Yeah, that's the old one.
I looked at the microfiche earlier. And
I do have.
Grace, I sent you the new one on Friday.
You did. I apologize about the delay. I don't understand why it didn't move over. All right, I got it. All right. Let me know if this looks right. Make sure I have the right one.
Yep, that's a new one.
okay, so it's
That's-
blue
that's fine.
background.
And it's going to hang from below the gutter on the fascia board?
Right.
Correct. Yep. The last one we had bumped up above the gutter, but this one
Right.
is now back to being mounted just like the original,
Yeah.
which is shown in the bottom left.
Okay, and the colors will be like up above.
Correct. Dark blue and white.
Good.
I think it's very nice. I'll move to approve.
I second.
All those in favor? Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
Paula Morrison,
Aye.
Rosemary Nichols,
Aye.
John Stewart.
I'm not sure if I'm in a butter or not to this. I wasn't notified. I was notified of the first sign, but not,
Yeah, right. You're kind of across the street.
I'm directly across the street. I think I have to abstain.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay.
Okay.
And yeah, myself, Richard Gegenwath.
I don't have a problem with it.
Aye. You got that, Grace? Yeah, good. Okay, so very nice, Helen. Good luck with it. It should be easy to mount, relatively easy. And nobody will hit their head on it.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Welcome.
Have a nice.
Good night now. We didn't ask for any butters, but I don't think John is here and he liked it.
That's it.
That's fine. I may be, yeah, no, there's 3,
Good. All right. Now
half a dozen.
we have 14 Hillsea Road. Allison Alessi was discussing a freestanding garage, two-car garage at 14 Hillsea Road. The homeowners are Brian and Rosanna Hardy. And there was some concern over the height of the building, basically. And Allison was going to see what the topology would do for us and see if any slight redesign would help. So
we want to move to untable, Mr. Chairman?
good idea.
I'll move to untable.
I'll second.
All in favor? Rosemary,
Aye.
Paula,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
and John, and myself. Okay, so we go through all these legalities. And now, finally, who wants to speak? Brian or Allison?
I'll just do a brief presentation if that's okay. So the last time we came, we were concerned that the garage was too tall, and our intention all along was that, you know, we were designing a barn that would keep in the spirit of the neighborhood and the character and scale of other barns and houses on this street. So what you're seeing on the screen now is the garage across the street. Just for reference, I think one of the comments we got was that what we designed was too grand. This barn across the street, or this garage, I should say, by my measurements is probably 27 or 28 feet tall and has an enormous cupola on it. So I just wanted to show that in context because I'm not sure if everyone made it to the site prior to the last hearing. We also submitted a site plan with some topography on that. If you could scan to that image. Yes, thank you. And so this shows that, in fact, the area where we're proposing to locate the garage is about 2 feet lower than the existing house. There were some questions about that. So in fact, the garage will sit 2 feet lower than the house. We've also measured the house and we know the height of the house, and we redesigned the garage. The homeowners agreed basically to take 4 feet out of the gable. So instead of being a 28-foot wide gable, it's now a 24-foot wide gable, and it reduced the height quite a bit. So now the height of the garage is 2 feet lower than the ridge of the existing house. Good. And you can see on that site plan, it's not as long as it was before. The previous iteration was 38 feet long. Now it's only 34 feet long. And it might make sense to look at the elevations. Thank you.
While we're doing that, if I may, there are 6 houses in this neighborhood. The one that you referenced stands out among the 6 as quite different. For what it's worth, had I been on this committee at the time that application had come before the committee, I would have voted against it. So,
well, it's part of the context of the neighborhood. I was just pointing that out. I'm not trying to argue with you, but
no,
it's
I understand. But one thing we always say, or I've frequently said as a member of this board, is that we are not governed by precedent. What may have been done by former committees does not compel us to repeat or to echo those decisions.
We're much lower than that. I think I said, I think that barn's over 27 feet tall, and our application is, you know, around 23 feet tall. So we're not trying to look like that at all. It's just pointing out some context.
I get it. I'm just trying to clarify for the sake of discussion, and I'll stop talking about that now.
Good.
We'll focus on the application.
Okay, so here we have the new north elevation, and we had the east elevation, I think it was earlier, the front, and this is the back east elevation. We had the west up before. So, okay, so we have a dormer on the front now. And
Yes, we eliminated the dormer on the back. That was another concession. So in addition to giving up the staircase on the inside, they eliminated the dormer facing the back, and we've eliminated the pergola that was, or the cupola, sorry, the cupola on the top.
So this facade we're looking at faces, okay, this is the front. This facade would face the abutter to, which direction would it be? It would be
Right.
On Rampart, Bob?
yes.
So this is the side that faces Sally Huber's home.
Okay, thank you. That's what I thought. Just wanted to be sure about that.
That's right. And we eliminated the top window, the second floor window. That's abutting Sally Huber's home.
Okay.
I personally had no problem with the dormer on the back. So I don't see a need to remove it and louse up the staircase.
Well, there's no room for the staircase on the inside now because the garage bay, we need the 24 feet to fit the cars, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the dormer wouldn't help in this case.
I think the dormer is up to the homeowners if they'd like a dormer up there, but this space is only accessible by a pull down stair.
And Richard, that's fine with us as the homeowners. The last meeting gave us a chance to go back and reflect on the overall size of the building. Yeah. And, take into account the committee's comments. And so we went back and shortened the length of the building itself, therefore reducing the overall height of the outbuilding.
I appreciate the modifications very much, Brian. Thank you.
You're welcome. Although I will say I would absolutely still love to have the cupola on there. I think it fits the neighborhood. I've wanted a cupola my entire life, so.
Hey, Brian, quit while you're behind.
I don't have a problem with a cupola. I mean,
I think you've got room for a cupola now.
I might, Paula. Thank you.
The trouble is, Brian, though, your roof line with one dormer, I don't know how they'd put a cupola on that kind of a roof line.
I've got a really creative builder. We'll figure it out.
There you go. There you go.
So is this a garage or is it a barn?
It is a garage, John.
Made to look like a barn.
Correct. And we really, we're really sticklers.
Completely in favor of any garage that can be made to look like a barn.
Yeah, thank you very much, John. So, our original goal is to make it fit the neighborhood. So
barns are usually larger than the houses by a mile.
Well, were you planning to put lights in the cupola?
No, we don't need lights in the cupola.
I don't need, John, I don't need Christmas lights, and Richard, I don't need Christmas lights or, anything fancy with people, so.
What if my land?
Just go with some Klieg lights. They'll be fine.
Yeah, there's a house.
Okay, so what? So you're actually going to put cars in this.
Correct.
So the doors are what I'm seeing on the application. I saw two different sets of doors here.
Number 18.
Which is it? Page which?
There you go. That's the front garage doors.
Okay.
I think they look awesome.
I do too.
Can we see the other elevations just for the sake of argument?
Oh, that's a sliding door to cover up the
French door. That's correct, Richard.
Why? All right.
Okay, now. All right. Okay.
It's a little rustic effect.
Well, I think it is quite nice, and I move to approve.
So do I hear you want to put a cupola on it or not?
I would love to put a cupola on there, Richard. My wife is nudging me, saying, watch the expenses, but I would actually love to put a cupola on there, correct?
Listen to your wife. I move to approve the application as submitted.
I second.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Paula.
As submitted without the cupola, you say.
There you go.
Okay,
Okay.
and it's been,
All those in favor? Rosemary Nichols,
Aye.
Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
Paula Morrison,
Aye.
John Stewart,
aye.
Richard Gagan, nay. He'd like to have a cupola.
Well, I will say one thing with regard to the cupola. Brian, Rosanna, if you decide as time passes that you're grieving for the absence of a cupola,
minor change.
always reapply to have it put on.
Thank you,
So,
Bob.
all is not lost.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, so you win 4-1.
Didn't I give you 2 explicit instructions about that? What's the matter with you?
I know, Paula, I know. Bob lives around the corner. I gotta make sure everything is in compliance.
There you go.
Father's Day is coming too.
That's right.
All right. Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your
All right.
time.
Good
Thank
luck.
you for your work
Thank
on
you.
this, Allison. Okay, we have one more item that's on the agenda, but I understand that might be withdrawn. So we have to first take it off.
I'll move to untable.
Second,
I'll second.
all those in favor? Rosemary,
Aye.
Bob,
Aye.
John, Paula, and myself.
Aye.
Aye. This is for 500 Route 6A to raise the barn, replace with a garage, as well as other alterations. And is there been a change on this?
Well, their letter isn't really explicit about what our iPad and Sheila here.
Our
Yes.
parents, are here.
I'm not sure what the letter is asking us to do.
We are going to not raise the barn. We would like more time to discuss remodel with our architect.
Okay, so I think what you need to do is withdraw this application, come back with another.
Yeah,
Yes.
we were so focused on what we were doing with the restaurant that we kind of slipped by on this with the barn.
Application.
So that's totally on us. So we just want to let you know that we're not demoing it. We just need to buy some time to figure out exactly what we're going to do with it.
So you're going to be changing a whole bunch of things that this application, I don't.
We're gonna,
You can shred the application.
There you go.
I don't think it should be left open. I think it should be withdrawn.
Yeah.
Shred.
yes,
that's
Shred it.
okay. Okay, so let's have a motion to accept the.
I'll move to
desire
accept.
withdrawn.
I move to accept.
Second,
I'll second.
okay, all those in favor? Rosemary Nichols,
Aye.
Paula Morrison,
Aye.
Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
John Stewart,
Aye.
and myself, Richard Gagan, aye. And we thank you, Arpid and Sheila, for doing this, because I think you have a lot to do on it, and when you have the time, you will.
Yeah.
We will.
Again.
Before
we'll get it
our-
right the next time.
Good.
Right. I mentioned at the last meeting that I felt that there's a lot packed into one application. I think it should be unpacked. And we should deal with this step by step.
Right.
Starting wherever you want to start. You want to start with the house, we'll start with the house. Start with the barn, we'll start with the barn. But I think this application should be split up into more than one application. How many depends on exactly what the game plan is.
Well, raise the barn, there's no such thing. It's a demolition permit, first of all. That couldn't be.
Okay, I think let's cut it off now. And
Yeah.
Yeah, we're-
Because we've agreed we're not going to do that.
almost 9
So
o'clock, and I have to go watch a murder mystery.
Richard,
voice.
Richard,
so-
you're hopeless.
Thank you so much, everybody.
All right, you're
Bye.
welcome.
You're
Have a good
Thank
night.
you. Good night.
welcome. Good night.
So I have a question for Bob.
Yeah, should we adjourn first or should we,
Yeah.
or do you want to ask the
Let's move
question?
to adjourn.
Okay.
I'll move
sec-
to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor? Rosemary Nichols,
Aye.
Paul Morrison,
Aye.
Bob Wilkins,
Aye.
John Stewart,
I.
myself agree to adjourn. So we can shut off YouTube.